Yoshi, everyone's favorite multicolored dinosaur, has a freaking island, and in said island took place Mario's very first adventure ever. Yoshi's Island for the Super Nintendo and Game Boy Advance is a phenomenal game with timeless graphics, amazing music, and memorable bosses. Hi, my name is Junior Leva, aka MisterAwesome, and I loved Yoshi's Island since 2002. Damn, that was nearly 20 plus years ago. Where has the time gone? Never mind that. Today we're ranking every boss in Yoshi's Island, from worst to best. So make sure to drop a like for this video. The like goal is 30 likes, but if this video hits 300 likes, I will rank every level in this very game. Yes, even the secret levels. So make sure to subscribe for future ranking videos and Yoshi videos at that, just like this one. Roll the intro. Starting off this ranking video is Bigger Boo, which is literally a bigger Boo that chases you around until you turn around. When Yoshi looks at Bigger Boo, it turns invisible and makes it near impossible to attack it, because it's invisible. I find this concept interesting because it's how we're used to dealing with boos in the past, but this time around it's a little bit more elaborate, since this is a boss fight of course, and you have to somehow beat this invisible menace. But this doesn't mean that Bigger Boo can't be defeated. All you have to do is ricochet eggs off the walls so it catches Boo off guard and it hits him. Obviously when it's visible of course, because if you aim the eggs when it's invisible, you're not really doing much, are you? Every time Bigger Boo gets hit, it grows in size, and after hitting it 5 times, it literally explodes, which is kind of scary. Looking at all the bosses after this one, I have to say that this is definitely the weakest entry. And that doesn't mean that this boss is bad by any means. It's a perfectly good boss. It's just that there's way better ones after this. Alright, let's get something clear. Marching Mildes, or Mildies, I'm gonna say Mildes, looks like a bootleg Kirby. You can't sit here and tell me this does not look like Kirby. Mildy attacks by walking left and right, is practically immune to Yoshi's eggs in its large form. To attack Mildy, Yoshi needs to ground pound its head, and upon doing so, it literally makes it pop into 2 Mildies. So it just multiplies every time you ground pound its head. Keep up the process, and the Mildies keep getting smaller and smaller and more in quantity. Once you cleared off all the Mildies, the boss battle is over. And I can't lie, it's kind of satisfying when they're extra small and you hit them with your eggs. You know, you just aim at them and pop them all at once, and God almighty, does this feel extra satisfying. Before starting this list, I really thought this boss was going to be at least top 5, but no. Roger the Potted Ghost is a ghost in the pot, which is kind of obvious. But what makes this fight interesting is that you can't really attack Roger over here. All you really gotta do is push Roger off the edge. It's one of those push off the edge type of fights. And on the other side, pushing back are 2 Shy Guys, which try to push you off the edge, which is kind of unfortunate. And kind of cool because that means Yoshi is stronger than 2 Shy Guys. Yoshi's power level is 2+ Shy Guys. But that doesn't mean Roger is helpless in the pot. No, no, no. Roger can also lunge and shoot fireballs at our homeboy Yoshi, which is cool because, you know, if it was just a pushing game, then this would be way too easy. But the fact that Roger attacks is dope. Why? Because Yoshi has to dodge and maneuver his way through the fires, and it feels nice when you have to actually dodge some things. I felt like the concept of pushing the boss off the ledge was very interesting, especially what we've gotten in the Mario franchise up until this point. It's something new and interesting, something I can commend Yoshi's Island for a lot. This is the first Yoshi's Island boss, and boy oh boy, what a memorable boss this one was. Or is, because it still is the first one. And I think we all know why. BURT the Bashful grows huge and hops around the arena with the help of Kamek. You have these little areas to duck in so he doesn't stomp you out, but to defeat BURT, you gotta throw eggs at him, and these little eggplant things give you eggs. So make sure to use them to your advantage and hurt BURT every chance you get. Each time you hurt BURT, its pants start to fall off, little by little. And after 6 hits, BURT is defeated. But honestly, I don't think BURT was defeated because of the egg toss. I think it died of embarrassment. Literally. Once his pants are all the way down, BURT is nude. And he turns very red and just disinflates everywhere. Oh man, very memorable, especially when this game came out. I must have been like 6 years old. Yeah, I was around 6 years old when this game came out, and it's a core memory in my mind. Salvo the Slime is a very interesting boss. Yoshi must defeat it by throwing eggs at it, and each time Salvo takes a hit, it gets smaller and smaller. Salvo isn't a slouch either. It attacks by bouncing around, and the smaller it gets, the faster it maneuvers around, so it makes it a little bit more difficult to toss your eggs at him. Salvo's goal is to ultimately push Yoshi past the edge into the lava, which for Yoshi, aka us, would mean instant death. I gotta say though, it is satisfying to hit Salvo until it's no more. It feels really good just see it, I don't know, just get tinier and tinier. Very satisfying, I'll tell you that much. And by the time you kill it, look at those adorable eyes. Very heartwarming. See you in the afterlife, Salvo. See you there. Raphael the Raven's boss battle takes place on the moon. A very tiny moon, in fact. But sheesh, Raphael's insanely strong to push Yoshi and ricochet him to the moon. Literally ricocheted him. Man's bounced off the walls and somehow ended up on the moon. And not only that, Raphael himself is insanely powerful. Man's jumped to the moon. He has no knees to bend. How is this possible? Man's literally just has 2 feet and jumped from the castle to the moon. What? This fight is one of the more unique ones in the entire list, since the arena you're in rotates as you move, but it's not necessarily that crazy enough to be higher on the list. Yoshi needs to ground pound on these wooden stakes on the opposite side of Raphael in order to cause damage. And damn, a wooden stake up your butt must not be pleasant at all. But every time Raphael takes damage, homeboy here gets redder and faster. I don't blame him. I would be pretty tight too if that happened to me. Raphael attacks Yoshi by chasing him and creating shockwaves on the ground by ground pounding. But honestly, once you stand on a wooden stake, those shockwaves mean nothing, to be honest with you. 3 hits is all Raphael needs, which personally I find a little underwhelming, especially because once you got the mechanics of this boss fight down pat, you're good to go. If you don't, well, it is sort of a challenge, but I wish it was just a little bit something more. I wish Raphael can use the stakes against you. That would be a lot more fun. Hey, thanks for making it to the halfway point of this video. Remember, if you haven't dropped a like, the like goal for this video is 30 likes. Thank you so much. And if you guys want to see me rank the levels of this game, let's make sure to aim for 300 likes. Much appreciated. Subscribe if you haven't, especially if you're enjoying this video. I love making ranking videos, they're a lot of fun. Sluggy the Unshaven. It's another push off the edge style fight, except this time it's a one-sided push. Sluggy over here has gelatinous skin, which protects it from any direct and immediate hits, but each time you hit its skin, it gets closer and closer to its heart. Your whole purpose here is to hit its heart, so make sure to use them eggs pretty wisely. Throw eggs constantly and you'll expose the heart and cause some serious damage. Funnily enough, Sluggy itself doesn't damage Yoshi. All it's really trying to do is push Yoshi over the edge, which it can do perfectly because the skin is gelatinous and stuff, so it's kind of bouncy. All in all, I have to say, I need me a Sluggy around my heart, because I don't know if I can take any more of these heartbreaks out here, man. At least it'll lessen the damage to an extent. This boss is possibly the strongest boss in Mario history. Tap Tap the Red Nose is practically invincible. Nothing we do to it affects it directly. Nothing we do to it directly causes damage. No egg toss and no ground pound here, folks. None of that's gonna work. What you have to do is destroy these colorful blocks on the floor to create a nice gap so Tap Tap could fall into and meet its demise in the lava. You can push it in there once you made the gap, or you can just let Tap Tap jump its way into the next dimension. Either way, if it falls in the lava, it's dead, so however you do it, it'll get the job done. I love this boss personally because I've grown up playing Brick Breaker games a lot, so it was very reminiscent of that. And this boss was very reminiscent to Super Mario Bros. 3's final boss, which was Bowser, where he too has to fall over the gap, which is very, it's a nice touch to add. Personally, I love Tap Tap's design. It looks very cool with the spikes around the corner, and its smile is very reminiscent to my old YouTube avatar. Just look at them. That smile. I always love that side smile. This boss makes perfect use of Yoshi's attack and dodging abilities, and this late into the game, you have to have mastered, or at least be close to mastering what Yoshi can do. Naval Piranha is a large piranha plant with an outie as a belly button, and that right there, folks, is this boss's weakness. This fight honestly feels more serious in comparison to the ones we faced before in the game story, and I love that. Naval Piranha attacks by spitting out nipper pores, and once the spores hit the ground, they turn into little baby plants, which in turn you can swallow and make eggs, which help you attack the belly button, which is the obvious goal. Naval P attacks by bum rushing you and hoping to hit you head first with its giant red head, and if it misses, it hits its head onto the wall, which is very concerning. It looks like it causes brain damage and stuff, but it is what it is. Like I said before, your main objective is to throw those eggs and hit its belly button, and it's kind of cool because you have to hit it and make sure it ricochets off the wall and it water skips, and you know, make sure you hit the belly button and stuff. You do this a couple times, it's over, and you win. This boss reminds me a lot of Paper Mario's Piranha Plant boss, just in looks only. They're very reminiscent to each other. However, did you know that you can defeat Naval Piranha in one hit right at the beginning? Yes, right before Kamek enlarges it, just throw an egg at it before Yoshi approaches the cutscene area, and it's dead. You don't really have to face it, which is pretty cool if you ask me. If you know, you know. Prince Froggy is perhaps the funniest fight in this game. Kamek doesn't do anything to the boss. Instead, Kamek uses their magic to shrink Yoshi and Baby Mario into a little itty bitty creature human being thing. They turn tiny, okay? And the frog eats them, which is out of pocket if you ask me. Because this boss battle takes place inside Prince Froggy's stomach, and poor Mario, this isn't gonna be his last time inside someone else's stomach. In this battle, dodging is key. You gotta avoid the gastric acid drops, which can get a little difficult as the fight progresses. And let me tell you, gastric acid is no joke. There's some days I wake up and throw it up and it burns, so I don't blame Yoshi if his life-sized gastric acid drops hitting him, and it hurts him a lot. And then Prince Froggy occasionally eats Shy Guys, and this is where you have to seize every opportunity to swallow said Shy Guy and create these giant eggs. Because remember, Shy Guys are normal size and Yoshi isn't. Make sure to aim those giant eggs at the princess punching bag at the top, and do that a couple times and you get pooped out of its butt and win. This video is really sus. If you heard me out of context, it'd be really weird. Yoshi's reaction after this fight is priceless. It just brings me eternal joy. I love this fight because of its theme, and mostly because I can't speedrun it. This boss, you have to go through the motions, and it just makes it more challenging and a lot more fun to go through. Bosses previous to this one, for the most part, you can speedrun, and while speedrunning is fun, I kind of want to be challenged from time to time, and Prince Froggy does just that for me. Rise of the Koopa Clan. HOOKBILL Koopa is World 4's end boss, and well, let's just say it's done right. Once you enter the boss area, you have to run, and as you run, fog starts settling in and the music just makes it feel more epic. Seriously, when I was recording for this, I just said to myself, damn, I really am gonna get into something here, am I? And we did just that. Now that the mood is set, here comes his regular schmegular Koopa, and boom, with the help of Kamek, big boy. Yoshi has to aim its head or arms a couple times when it's standing up to topple him over, and then bam, ground pound to the stomach. Do that a couple times and HOOKBILL is done. It's one of those fights you can't really speedrun. It's challenging to a degree, but I really like it. HOOKBILL attacks by lunging itself towards Yoshi and shell hopping around the arena, which you can get hit. You're prone to getting hit. Is it Cuphead levels of difficulty? No, this is a Yoshi game, but you can get hit. It feels nice fighting a variation of a normal Mario enemy, especially one as common as the Koopa. But one thing I gotta say feels a little disturbing is the face HOOKBILL makes when Yoshi is stomping him out for eggs. It's very sus. Alright, so this is something new for the ranking series, and it's an honorable mention. Kamek. Kamek over here isn't a boss per se, you don't necessarily defeat it, and I'll be honest, Kamek is pretty difficult to go through. I've never done a run where I don't get hit. Let's move on to number 1. We all saw this one coming. If you clicked on this video and you didn't know that this boss was gonna be number 1, you must have never played this game. Because Baby Bowser is single-handedly the greatest boss fight in Yoshi Island. Hell, I might even say that this might be the best boss in the entire Yoshi franchise. Baby Bowser is the only boss with 2 phases, where in the first one he's normal size, he just starts ground pounding the ground just to get Baby Mario off and tries to ride Yoshi. And the other phase is much more memorable. You know, the one with Big Baby Bowser. Not only is this boss fight iconic for its heavy metal music, but because this is the very first Bowser boss battle in Mario history. And boy oh boy, is this one of the best ones out there. Big Baby Bowser is seen in the far distance, and it's just so menacing so far. The lighting makes it so scary, and Yoshi is facing a whole new direction to face him. There's new sprites for him to aim around, and it just works so perfectly, especially for a 2D game. Oh, and to attack Big Baby Bowser, you have to use these giant eggs. But good luck aiming, because perspective isn't on our side, folks. The aiming system is a little bit wonky, not wonky, but it's a little bit more difficult to pinpoint because this time it's based off distance and height. Baby Bowser's a little too far, just try to aim a little higher or a little lower. I don't know, I get confused just playing it. I can only explain when I'm playing it. But if you land a hit, it does damage to Big Baby Bowser. Baby Bowser's attacks are sending flying rock, which is pretty cool because, damn, does that mean Baby Bowser has telekinesis? But watch out, because you get hit by these rocks, it's donezo. And Baby Bowser also breathes fireballs at Yoshi, which can also do some damage. Oh, and it charges into green Yoshi too. Definitely be careful of that. Baby Bowser's defeated when Yoshi hits him 7 times, and it all feels so good when you land a hit on him. It really does. It sucks because it's a baby, but this baby trying to kill us too, you know. I personally love this boss fight. As a child, when this game came out on the Game Boy Advance, I used to replay it over and over again, just because it felt so epic and grandeur, and it felt very nice rescuing Luigi at the end. Remember, I was just 6 years old, so going through this game was just a treat. Just a transition from the game's kid-friendly music to metal music was a shock that lasted me a lifetime. I still get shocked to this day. Future Yoshi games try to replicate this very boss fight, but nothing can ever match the original. It's literally just the shock value of this boss fight. The atmosphere, the music, the visuals are all perfect, and it doesn't help that Bowser is just staring into your soul as he comes closer and closer. Something that these other boss fights just can't seem to replicate at all. And trust me, it's been copied over and over again, but this one just remains to be number 1. Thanks for making it to the very end of this video. I appreciate you a lot. Shout outs to the members who put that pizza on my pepperoni. I love you guys. You guys make this channel possible in terms of its finances. And to those people who bought the MisterAwesome merch, thank you so much. Make sure to be part of this group of amazing people by buying your own MisterAwesome merch, link down below in the description. And if you do buy some type of merch, send me a picture over at Twitter and I'll make sure to put you at the end of the screen as well. Thank you for watching, and as always, stay golden. Hey, if you made it this far into the video, 1, I thank you so much, and 2, I'm gonna ask you a secret question. What's your favorite color, Yoshi? Let me know down below in the comments, and I'll definitely know you made it to the end of this video. Thank you.